Hello and welcome back to another Tonto video. In today's one, I'm going at the TMNT, the Archie Adventures, issue number 44. And this issue, I remember this one being a lot better, but yeah, this one, I don't think it's aged too well from what I can remember reading it last time. However, there are some decent stuff in this one, such as the fact that I've got to see the future Rat King, despite him showing up, getting hit in the head, and then just never appearing again. So, you know, there was at least some decent parts in this one, so yeah, let's just get into this one. So yeah, so this one, there's two parts of the story which I want to talk about, just because you've got the main bit, which is, it's like two main bits. So you've got one part is dealing with both Raphael's, Donatello, Leonardo in this weird magical forest place, fighting Armagon. Meanwhile, you got Donatello, I'm not too sure which version, I'm pretty sure it's the younger version, Mikey, Splinter, and Ninjara fighting Shredder, and Verminator Rex, and then Murdu comes into this. I don't know what he's really got to do with anything in this issue, but he's there, I guess. And then, yeah, they somehow forget about the whole time travel thing with Shredder and just leave him in the future, so I feel like that's messed up quite a lot of stuff with the timeline, but anyway, they don't ever mention it, so guess what should I bother trying to do? So yeah, so let's talk about the stuff with Donnie, Splinter, Ninja, and Mikey. So yeah, there isn't really too much to really talk about for this bit. I mean, I wish I could, just because I want to talk about hotels all the time, but unfortunately, with this bit, there's hardly anything to really talk about, other than the fact that they're just fighting Shredder, Verminator Rex, and then some rats come in, and they're all like, "Oh no, I can't believe all these rats, we're gonna be defeated." And then Future Rat King comes in, and I will say this, it is really cool to see other characters from the future get represented, because most of the time it's either like Shredder, like Krang, Crime, you know, like typical normal characters which you would expect to see. So it's really great to see like other characters like represented in the future, and it's, I won't lie, it's a little bit annoying that we don't really do too much with it. Just because he shows up, he gets a hit on the head. He does control Splinter at one point, but even then, there wasn't really too much to that either, because, like, literally within a page of, like, controlling Splinter, he gets out of the control anyway. And even with, like, the design, I was hoping for them to do a lot more with the design, make it a bit more futuristic, have some tech, just anything. The only thing that had changed was the fact that he got now grey hair, but that's literally it in terms of any sort of, like, new design thing, which is very disappointing. And because he also gets knocked out within two pages of him coming into the story, it's just so annoying, because there's so much potential what they could do, and especially Rat King being one of the coolest villains ever. They really just do a piss poor job at it. But yeah, and then at some point Murdude, he wakes up and he just floods everything. Again, there isn't really too much to it. And even Murder at this point, I'd say he's a pretty pointless character. I don't know anything about the character, but he showed up 2 issues ago, captured, and now he's here, and he's for some reason he has a reason to fight everyone. I can't also remember what to do with his character. He's that forgettable, and I don't remember him ever showing up ever again. So yeah, he's a really crap character. I don't know what they could have done with him, but just anything would have been better other than what they did. Just put him in more, or have a reason for him to be there. I don't know the reason why I captured him. He's just there, I guess. But yeah, but because of the flooding, it does destroy all the technology. So they do make a time slip thing so they can get the other turtles out and back to the present. But with the other stuff with the other turtles and Leo and that kind of stuff, this is also what I would say is also quite disappointing as well, just because that is this weird, unique place with all these fairies and all that kind of stuff, and we do get to see the two Raphaels and Donatello. They're walking through this forest, and I wish I could say there was a lot more interesting stuff to this place, but they just don't really do anything to it, and it's just there, I guess. And then we do get to see a battle between both Raphs, Donnie and Armagon. But this first felt so disappointing, just because there wasn't we didn't get really see too many pages of the actual fight itself. But even with the actual fight itself, it's just more oh, they push some people over here and that's it. And then just Rat kicks him off the edge of like a waterfall. And that's it for Armagon as a character. I don't think he returns. Well, actually, I think he's at the end of the issue where he survives, but he's just trapped in this world wherever this place is. So it's really annoying because this could have been like a really cool battle, or just do anything. I mean, this could have been like a really cool like fight to the death kind of thing. I know that like probably couldn't do that kind of stuff because it's a kids book, but at the same time they've shown a lot worse. So yeah, it's just so annoying because there's so much which I want to like and love about this kind of stuff, but yet there just isn't really too much to it. But yeah, so then after that, we do get to see all the characters, they're talking and all that kind of stuff just before they leave, and we do get to see like a nice interaction between like future Raphael and Ninjara. And Raph does hug her and wanting to get peace for everything, and asking that Ninjara gives him a second chance for when they do eventually break up. And I do like how they are foreshadowing some stuff, but at the same time, I do feel like at the same time, it does somewhat like ruin the reveal, the anticipation, just because even with like in like the in-universe thing, they do actually notice this kind of thing, and they do know if like something bad is going to happen. So it's just like this looming threat that you know is going to happen, and because you know it's like something bad is like going to happen between these characters, it just feels like it's just not. It's not like it's going to be like a very special relationship anymore. But yeah, I mean, at least they did have like a decent ending between the two characters, well, at least the future version of Raph. But it's annoying because like there's so much they could do, but yet they just don't. Oh, bloody hell. But yeah, after that we get to see all the younger versions of the characters, they leave. And then for the final page, just get to see Armagon. He's just there, grumpy, just a bit pissed off about the fairies and how he didn't escape and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I'd say that like overall for this issue, it was a very disappointing one. I was expecting like a lot more for this issue in terms of the action, like especially like, between like the Turtles and the Armagon, but that one being a very big disappointment. And then like seeing the other fights throughout this issue with the whole stuff with Shredder and Verminator Rex and that kind of stuff, I thought that it was a lot more better, but at the same time, it just didn't really feel like they was really trying to go too hard with the fights. And then the whole Rat King stuff, I wanted to love it because it's Rat King and the future version of Rat King, but yeah, somehow they found a way to screw up again. What a surprise. But yeah, it's just annoying because this issue had so much potential, and also with this like being the ending to his story arc, it just leaves like a bit of taste in my mouth because I know that there was a lot of stuff they could have done to make it better, and yet this is what we got, and oh boy. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what do you think of this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's game for today, guys. Please share, subscribe, and that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.